So for like a couple seconds, I forgot that I didn't have a title for this stream. So I had to I uploaded the notification and then had to frantically figure something out. But we're live again. Finally, after over an entire week, the government stole a whole hour from me, and I've been recovering for a week. And welcome, King Coop. All right, everyone's here. Oh, actually, Momo Moogle. So, yeah, more than just a meme game. It's got me feeling a lot more feelings than I thought I was gonna feel. I thought it was gonna be just a good time. Didn't realize how sad this game would make me feel. Alright. I'm gonna load into the game and try my best not to do anything that's gonna make me cry. I'm going to meet with Anna because everyone else is dead. This game's made me sad. Oh my gosh, she's meeting me here. Uh-oh. Your head hurts? Was it the sandwich? Was it the mayonnaise sandwich? Hey, Anna. Uh-oh. She looks sad. Oh, no. Hey. What's going on? You sound pretty worried on the phone. Worried? If I was worried, I would mean I was afraid of something that might happen. But I'm way beyond that. I know exactly what's going to happen to me. It's over. It's all over. What are you talking about? First, they came to my lab, and now they went to my home, too. Who did? The police. They raided the place. They had a warrant and everything. I already know that they have all they need to convict me. I'm going to die in prison. Why? It's because of those tests I did on you. You will die in prison because you looked at my fingernail under a microscope? I'm a bit confused. Why don't you just start from the beginning? All right. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This goes years back, and you already know half the story. I was a brilliant mind who had skipped years of school and was on the fast track through university with an incredibly lucrative career in front of me. Yep, more. This. Going through Anna's playthrough, there is a lot more backstory than any other, I swear. You wouldn't believe the offers I had based on all my accomplishments. I was still in school and already solving problems that no one had even touched before. I had so many awards lining my shelves that new ones just went straight into the trash. I didn't need them, I just enjoyed the challenge. Besides, I couldn't care less about what some people thought about my work. As if I needed their approval, I was already more than any of them could have ever dreamed to be. Oh, I was already more than I could. I'm already reading them wrong. Oh, jeez. I'm gonna know everything. I'm hoping for less drama this time, but we've started and Anna came to me crying. So we're already to the point where we're gonna be emotional this time around as well. I don't think there's any avoiding it. Oh no, I've seen Remy kill himself. That's not the most that You can't. You've got to be kidding me. That's not like even close to the most traumatic moments. Oh jeez, and it's coming up again, isn't it? Nah. So do you even get a fuck Anna? Do I even get a fuck Anna? Okay. At least there's that in it for me. Do I also get arrested and we have hot prison sex? I'm gonna go ahead and click allow real quick. The next problem I was going to tackle was an incurable disease. I started my research, but in an ironic twist of fate, I ended up contracting that very same disease myself. Whether someone had not been following health and safety protocols as well as they should have, or if I was just unlucky, I'll never know. But the reality was that I now had a disease that was treatable, but not curable. Despite having helped an incredible amount of people with my work, I was now the one who needed help. Yet there was no one who could come help me. No one but myself. I was already planning on working on a cure anyways, and what better reason could there ever be than to do it to save myself? I told no one about my affliction and set it out to do what many others had failed to do. Any materials I needed to start my work were easily acquired just by waving my status around. So she has cancer right now. And I'm going to move my window over a bit because that's kind of bothering me that the reload thing's kind of offset off to the side. So she's had cancer this whole time, hasn't told anyone. Has she been giving herself? I mean, I guess it would be less noticeable if you gave a dragon chemo because dragons don't have hair. This dragon doesn't have hair. We've seen the hairy dragons, and there are a couple. All right, yeah, that's a good idea. Good night, Coop. Sweet dreams, unless you have diabetes. I had free reign over my own lab. I could have even gotten assistance if I wanted to, but I knew they'd only be liabilities. I even had a few good leads for ways to combat the disease, although the one that I chose to pursue was not exactly legal. Not without prior approval by the council, my research was promising, though. And while I submitted the paperwork, I knew that these things always moved slowly. Being pushed through the various boards and committees could have taken months, if not years, depending on how generous they would be. I just couldn't afford to wait that long, as I was working against the clock. So, while waiting for the paperwork to be approved, I had already started with my work. I fully expected them to approve it eventually. How could they not, given that I was tackling an incurable disease? The method I was going to use was not necessarily a new one, but it was controversial. It didn't even cross my mind that anyone would object, seeing as I would cure thousands, if not millions, of future people. But I was younger then, and a little more naive than I am now. In the end, my whole project came crashing down in flames. The proposal that I was sure would be approved was ultimately rejected, putting all the work I had already done into jeopardy. I had already made good progress at the time, too. After the rejection, there was going to be an inspection of my workplace in order to determine the progress I had made on the project, which they assumed had been within legal bounds and didn't include the controversial things outlined in the paperwork. Of course, that meeting was just going to be a pretense, because I knew there were already rumors going around about what really went on in my lab. In the end, I had very little warning. Thankfully, I managed to dispose of most of the egregious evidence before they arrived. They found proof of my wrongdoing, but since they didn't find evidence of how far I'd already proceeded, I was able to deny most of their accusations. Using the controversial method when it hadn't been approved was still seen as a very grievous offense, however. I was charged and sentenced harshly, though the sentence was suspended due to their lack of evidence. With all that I had done for them, they knew better than to take away my license, and I was able to continue work in other areas, under the condition that it was within a council-owned facility. I see, so I assume that those tests on me were against whatever conditions they set for the suspended sentence. Exactly. Why didn't you just do those things the proper way and wait for the paperwork to clear? Before my paperwork would even get through, you'd be long gone. Using you as a test subject would have been a process that the council would have to discuss with humanity. As such, there might have been another trade agreement, and who knows what else. I just didn't have the time. Quite frankly, I don't even know how much longer I have left. This is my death sentence. So that's how she knows she's gonna die in prison. She has cancer? Uh-oh. What? Great, Norton's updating. My Norton protection has been updated. Okay. I'm gonna put that away for now and maybe read that later. You thought my test results would help you find a cure? And that's never going to happen now. How did they find out so quickly? It's not been that long since I came to your lab. It wasn't just those tests, there was Reza too. But Reza told me he didn't give you any of his blood when you asked for it. Because that's not what I got from him. This is my life we're talking about. Do you think I didn't spend hours on the ground in the hallway of the facility after Reza's first visit, trying to find a stray hair or anything else I could use? Or that when I gave him that first generator, I didn't try to graze his skin just enough so I could salvage a few skin cells? How did they find out about all of this? It was Damien, my assistant, that piece of shit. He was blackmailing me. Why? Because he's jealous of me, jealous of my success. He found out what I was doing with the stuff I could salvage from Reza. I didn't mind giving him what he wanted, though. I just wanted to live. When he died and the police started searching his apartment, they found all the evidence he had on me. And now everything is coming down. I will be punished to the full extent of the law, and I will die in prison. My work will forever be tainted. Not that I'll care about that when I'm dead. Do you remember the childhood friend of mine I told you about? I never wanted to end up like her, but it seems not even I can do anything to escape that fate. Maybe I deserve it. Maybe it's my punishment. I have to die like she did because I left her. This is so sad and I'm going to cry. And we're not even 30 minutes into the stream yet. Like, this is sad stuff. Yeah, we can keep going. I will spend the last days bedridden in a prison cell, and no one will visit me or care. And you know what? With all the data I got from you, I might have actually found a cure. I don't want to cry in front of you. I don't want the attention or the pity. I don't want it. I didn't cry back when I was diagnosed, and I'm sure as heck not going to cry now. Ooh. Ooh. This is a tough one. What should I tell her I know about the cancer? Okay. You have cancer. How do you know that? I saw your treatment plan when I was waiting for you on our date. What? How dare you look into my personal belongings? Hey, I wouldn't have if you didn't keep me waiting. So what? That doesn't give you the right to look into my stuff. Whoops.
Self-voicing disabled.
It just happened, okay? I was bored and I looked down and I saw a scrap of paper under your door. Now you show your true colors, Dr. Spaceman. You're just a as duplicitous as our government. They keep throwing these complex words at me. I don't understand them. They keep talking about how they care about everyone, yet that wasn't what happened to me. It's their backwards rules and traditions that now demand that I die. The same rules and traditions that would make them worship you just because of some stupid old legend. I know it and used it to your... you know it and used it to your advantage to arrange this one-sided trade with us. That wasn't me. It doesn't matter if it was you in particular or one of the other humans. You still work for them, don't you? You look into things you shouldn't, and Reza does whatever the heck he does nowadays, which is murder, and I hate him for it. Why did I even come here today? To have another knife driven into my back? I'm not sure why I expected anything different from you. It's not like that at all. Oh, really? Prove it! Where I come from, we can cure cancer if you came with me. You can? Are you saying if I went back with you, if you smuggled me out, that you could cure me? We have the facilities if we had the... We would have the facilities if we had power from the generators we asked for. We could. Are you kidding me? Because if you are, I'll... No, it's the truth. Maybe we could work something out. I'm sure humanity would not object, or maybe we could just give you the technology or the necessary method. We have already cured cancer, so there's no need for you to die. Why would you do that for me? You know I didn't care about you. I just wanted your blood, your data, just anything that would help me save myself. And that's exactly what I'm going to give to you. Why? Nobody has ever cared about me. People were always willing to use my research, but I was just a machine to churn out results for them. That's what all the awards were for. I admit that I was selfish, always. Yet, I did great things. At least that's what everyone kept telling me. You know, after the whole affair back then, and the suspended sentence, the rumors about me never stopped. Did they warn you about me? Tell you to stay away? I'm sure they have. Why are you still here? I didn't listen to them, I guess, just like you. The council, Damien, Remy, they were always sabotaging me. If everyone just left me alone, I wouldn't have even needed your help. Why couldn't everyone just leave me alone? When they gave me the manager position at the facility, that was just to distract me even more. Give me more free reign over the lab, so I'd be tempted to do something I shouldn't. How could I not at least try? One of their so important founding principles is how every individual is important. That's clearly not the case with me. At least, they never showed it was. Now I can see just how different you are. You are the only one who came to me willingly without any ulterior motives. Or did you? You invited me. I just took that invitation. Actually, my ulterior motive is to save my boyfriend. But, she doesn't need to know that. Just to use you. And you still came back for more. You let me do all those tests on you. Sure, you complained like a pro, but you set it out for me. I owed it to you. You don't owe me anything anymore. So what? Maybe I won't have to die after all. If you can cure me, I'll give you whatever you want. I know there's politics involved, and I know it may not ever happen. But this is my last straw. My last hope. I'll do what I can. Thank you. Anyways, enough of that. I hope you don't mind me hanging around here. My place still looks like the police raided it. Oh wait, that's exactly what happened. Yeah, I'm sitting here trying my best not to cry. I'm just trying to read along best I can. I hope I'm doing a good job though. I'm trying to add emotion to it as much as I can. Do you need any help cleaning up? No, I can pay someone to do it later. I just don't want to be there right now. Oh, thank you. Nice apartment you've got here. By the way, not quite as fancy as... Oh, nice apartment you've got here, by the way. Not quite as fancy as mine, but this isn't bad either. I guess the council treats you nicely, huh? Oh yeah? I'm nailing her voice? Awesome! I'm trying my best. I'm putting all my effort into it. Hey, it wasn't my decision. You're such a VIP, aren't you? Oh, I can't be that important if your apartment is nicer than this. Besides, after your retort about being wild and all that, when we went out on our date, I assumed you were more the type of person who just lives in a hole in the ground. That's not what I said. I told you I could appreciate all kinds of different experiences. I could survive in the wild if I wanted to, though. Not for long because you've got cancer. Do you want to know just what I did on my last vacation? I just started walking in a random direction. I spent a week in the wilderness before I came back and needed my chemo. Yeah, whatever. I wanted to add that. Because she shouldn't be gone from her chemo for too long. That must have been an adventure. I wouldn't have been able to do that without tools. I could give you some tips if you'd like. Not sure if I'll ever need them, but I guess they could come in handy. Actually, there's one tip that should take care of everything. Let's hear it then. Just be a dragon. Then you've got everything you need and you don't have to rely on tools and other stupid stuff. Yeah, that's super helpful. How do you think I'm supposed to do that? Not my problem. Actually, can you tell me about your advances in genetic engineering? Maybe you could make it happen. My personal ones? I was speaking more of your society as a whole, but if you have personal experience, that could be interesting. We could do so much if we wanted to. Cloning, genetic scrambling, or hybrids of our various different species. Heck, we could even create a new species if we wanted to, but that's not going to happen anytime soon. Tampering with genetics is just simply not allowed. Why? Our enlightened society doesn't see any value in it. Besides, you know about our creation myths, right? The one about human creating you? Yeah, that's the one. It's the only one we have. Anyways, we are not to tamper with the perfect images after which we are created. And what would those be? The belief is that each species was molded for particular tasks, or a particular role in our society. Really? Some of them aren't even wrong. It suggests certain species should go into certain jobs because of their naturally higher aptitude in those fields. Can you give me an example? Well, let's just say that while everyone can join the police force, you'll never be the flyer on duty unless you belong to species that can fly. That much is a given. I was talking more about if there is any sort of discrimination, for example. You could say so. These structures can be pretty rigid in places, especially where the council is concerned. They really like to employ the members of the various species in their traditional roles. Ironically enough, the perpetual nuisance, as Remy, was a revolutionary case where that didn't happen. And Remy was trying to overcome that dragon racism, and I killed him. It was my fault he died. And I'm still sad about that. In what way? Yeah, I'm sad. Deal with it. Well, a council's aide, particularly one who works in the archives, is usually a member of the species with more dexterous hands. You can't really expect a four-legged species to do that kind of job well. And he doesn't. It's really been a disaster. He's basically become the laughingstock of the whole town, and I'm going to cry. He was a scholar, and he was trying his best, and I made fun of him. And I laughed about it. When Remy initially got the position, there was a lot of controversy about the subject. Some liked it, some didn't. Yeah, she's talking about Remy a bit. And how he was revolutionary in fighting dragon racism. And how I went on and caused him to commit suicide. And now I'm sad about it. And even more sad. And we're still not even 30 minutes into the stream. Oh, geez, I definitely nailed it with the title. I didn't even know what to expect when I started. I was just like, okay, well, let's play the dragon game again. Oh, jeez. Alright. Cry. Yep. We did it, like, what, 10 minutes into the stream, I was already crying. I thought that for Irma, politics was a popularity contest, doing something controversial and divisive like that doesn't really fit that image. She wasn't like that in the beginning. It certainly caused people to remember her, though. And now that people know her, she has changed her attitude a bit. Divisive? Yeah, I don't see that word very often. So, it makes sense that I don't know it. It was a good move because it kept her in the spotlight all the time, and she's using it to gain popularity even now. So she just likes the attention. don't know why she does it, and frankly, I don't care. You'd have to ask her yourself. But I doubt she'd tell you. I wouldn't expect honesty from someone like her. Politics always used to be so messy back home. Scandals, arguments, lies, they were everywhere. We do get the occasional scandal from time to time, and of course there's always rumors. You can't really make people stop talking. In a way, I'm glad we don't have that anymore. Why not? At some point, it just gets tiring. People get loud and argumentative, and those are supposed to be our leaders. That's not something people here would like here. If you are a council member who wants to be popular, you don't engage in that kind of behavior. No, here if you want to be popular, you do engage strictly in that kind of behavior. That sounds like a nice change of pace. And you know what? It really does. Not necessarily, since it also leads to reluctant agreements and sweeping... Oh... Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Sweeping issues that should be talked about under the rug. You know what? That doesn't jive with me. They like to preserve the fantasy of peace and harmony in our society. For me, it's just so fake. People pretend to be something they aren't to conform, because they don't want to stand out. They become faceless puppets, like drones in a hive or cogs in a machine. What kind of world do we live in, where speaking one's mind is seen as something bad? I've never held back. Now see where it's gotten me. I bet some would argue that it would just be easier to conform then. I could never do that, and besides, I don't want to. There's a thing called integrity, and if there's one thing this society needs, that's it. I think all societies need integrity. I agree with that. Integrity is a very good thing. Now you're just starting to sound like a politician. Do you want to run for, like, mayor or something? If that's what your politicians sound like, maybe they aren't so bad. Sometimes I just want to walk up to some of ours and shake them until they wake up and accept the truth. What is the truth? I am a scientist. Truth are facts that are empirically verifiable by science and tests. After all, the tests I do in my job are to find out if assumptions are true or not. So, yeah. I don't know what you mean by that. I suppose if you ask different people, their definition of truth would be very different. What's truth to you, then? Ha! I can be Socrates. Should I be Socrates? And say that I know nothing? I do share her view. Integrity. Ooh. Where's a coin that I can flip? Here's one. I flipped it. I didn't even select my options. Oh, you like I share your view? I'll say that one. There aren't nearly enough people like that around here. You do seem to like talking about this kind of stuff, though. I'm not an ambassador for nothing, you know. You're an ambassador so you can discuss the nature of truth with different cultures. You know, if you ask the wrong kind of person, these kinds of discussions could turn very ugly. Especially if they've got a gun or a knife or a weapon of some sort.
I'm certainly here to learn about what you're thinking and how your society works on a deeper level. Of course, I wouldn't just walk up to someone on the street and start talking.
Or claws, which dragons have on them at all times, and they don't disappear.
Yeah, dragons are all armed. I was told to be a dragon today. Kevin walked up to me and I thought he was waving at me. And then we got in a dumb conversation. I never want to see Kevin, but
Still gonna go through it.
to see...
Yep, they're all armed. They all got arms. Good job. Making the real...
Wait, hold on. I know one dragon that doesn't have arms. A Dine. A Dine doesn't have arms. She has wings instead.
Therefore, you're wrong and I win. Maybe you should be talking with someone on social studies then.
Their wings. Checkmate. Not necessarily. Even if someone like that gave me their opinion, it's still important to hear the people's voices themselves.
Okay, anything else you want to know?
How much do you really like me?
That's not the kind of question I was expecting, to be honest.
You called me when things were down, and you say you didn't really know anyone else.
So what?
Is it that hard to admit that you like someone?
You know me a little by now. You know what I'm like. Whatever you're looking for, you know I'm not that kind of material.
Not even as a friend?
You want to use emotionally laden words to describe our relationship? We met a few times, and that does it for you?
Yeah. We did some fun things. We went to a back alley and almost got mugged. We went to the farm and stole a sheep and slaughtered a sheep and cooked and ate a sheep. Did I mention it was a sheep? Well, I guess it wasn't quite a sheep, but it was pretty much a sheep.
And that was definitely memorable.
This isn't about me. Before anything happens to either of us, I just want to know.
You want me to tell you how I feel about you? Even if something happens between us, you know it's not made to last. You will go back to your own world, and I'll probably spend the next few years in prison.
But, I don't need her to tell me how she feels about me, because it's right here. She's impressed. So, yeah, I can leave for the night. We already know. All right, back to the game. You wouldn't like the commitment anyway, would you?
True, I wouldn't let something like that hold me back. People don't like me, and I don't like people. That's always how it's been.
It is so sad. Oh, I don't want to go back and look at it because I'll cry.
Right now, though, I'd have to say that you're probably the person I hate the least.
That's something, I guess.
And I also can't deny that you have a certain exotic quality about you.
Now you're talking.
But enough about me. If you've put up with me for this long, can't all just be your own unselfish kindness, can it?
I was smitten with you since the first time I saw you.
Oh, looking back, that actually explains a lot. Why else would you follow my every whim? Not that I mind, we both got what we wanted, and now I even kinda like you. She used the word like on me. It's a step in the right direction. Usually people stay away from me after the first date, because that's apparently all it takes. Not for you, I guess. You know, this might be our last opportunity to do something. Why not make it worth it? Ho-ho. If you say so. Haha. Is that a yes? Yeah. Can I make it more obvious? Oh boy. Oh boy. I'm gonna have to take a big swig. Of water, that is. She strode forward, reaching out with a claw before she hooked it into the neckline of my shirt. Uh-oh. She's gonna, like, literally tear my clothes off, isn't she? Uh-oh. What are you doing? Well, we have to take these off, don't we? Not like that, you'll ruin him. I'll do it. Alright, so fussy. I don't know, it would have been kind of hot either way. And like, I don't even get to wake up with her? Did they come and arrest her that fast? I guess she's in prison now. Yeah, I got pegged. I got lucky. So, some may say I got the hanky-panky. Right before she went off to prison. Alright. I'll meet with Lorem. Which, you know what that means. Oh yeah, she is a top all the way. Meet with a Dine? Why not Lorem? Yeah. I'm gonna need you to read the other part, so I'm gonna have to like connect you with, in a call on Discord. If that's alright with you. If you're not in a call. What? Oh, he's coming here. Never mind. Never mind, you're off the hook. His roommate's not here. Hey, Lorem. Hey, Dr. Spaceman. So, where exactly are we going? You mentioned something about treasure hunting, but didn't tell me we're actually trying to unearth some ancient human artifacts. Don't worry, this is going to be fun. I'll just hope for the best. I'm not sure who came up with it, but someone gave this kit to me as a present a few months ago. He showed me the map. It was a piece of paper that had obviously been treated to look much older than it really was. Sounds like fun. I'm glad you agree. I'm not sure if I can be much of assistance, though. I don't exactly know much about the area. But you're big and strong. Or at least, you're bigger and stronger than I am. You can do the digging. Oh, great. I'm the digger. That's what he's bringing me along for. All right. Besides, I've wanted to do this for a while now, and Ipsum is always busy, so I figured this would be a great time. This would be as good a time as any. So, do we need to bring a shovel, or do you expect me to dig with my bare hands? Well, the instructions say we only need this map and a pen. I've got a pen. What are those two kinds of people? Are they some that would use their hands and some that use a shovel? Never use my hands to dig. The ground's hard and it'd probably break my fingernails. Like, gee, I don't want to break a fingernail. Like, gee.
I've got a pen.
Great, then we're all set.
So, where are we supposed to go?
If this is the facility, then the place indicated is the school, or rather somewhere between the school and the administrative building.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a potent quotable. But he's not holding a gun to me, so are you implying he's holding me hostage and I have to do this? Am I a hostage? What are his demands? Yeah, we've already established that all dragons have weapons. You're right. I'm a hostage. We have to meet his demands. No. Not all of them have arms. Because Adine has wings in place of arms, and she uses her wings as arms, but they're not arms. Nope, not all dragons. Not all dragons have arms. Adine doesn't have arms, so it doesn't. You can't say that. No, nope. Look, you could type in all the caps you want. That doesn't make you right. How are we supposed to dig? This is concrete.
Here we are. The X on the map is right between these two buildings, so it must be around here somewhere.
Back to school, huh? No it doesn't. It is not he who is the loudest that is the most correct. No, it actually goes, he whose mind is empty usually speaks the loudest. So therefore, you're just telling us by using all caps that your brain is in fact empty. Look, pal, I don't think you're gonna win this argument.
Not quite yet. Everyone's on summer break right now.
You are yelling, and that's what people with empty minds do when they're in an argument.
Which is a good thing, because we really wouldn't want to get you too much we really wouldn't want you to get swarmed by all the children. They would go crazy if they saw you.
Yeah, you're speaking. Yelling is speaking loudly. What would you not get about this? Dude, you're only proving my point further. Momo Moogle, you were supposed to be on my side with this. Come on, man. How does school work here, anyways?
Are you talking about this one or schools in general?
In general, I'd like to know more about... Oh, no, he's gonna tell us.
I see you won't let a learning opportunity go by.
I'm just doing my job.
You should start looking for that treasure then.
Sure. Well, I looked for hints to the treasure whereabout. Lorem started talking.
Right, we do have quite the educational system. Different schools and districts run on their own. So when looking at the details, things can vary a lot. However, there are a few things that are true no matter which region you are in.
I know how to say this word, I swear. Compulsory education lasts about 10 years.
There are a lot of opinions for schools and school systems. Choice is an important factor here. We recognize that there isn't one system that works best for everyone, so there are many options depending on what path you would want to take.
That doesn't sound too different from what it used to be like in my world, but nowadays things are a lot more chaotic. Practical skills are valued most in our city, and you aren't really given a choice to do anything else. Sure, people can learn other things on their own, but it's not as if school is mandatory anymore. People just do whatever they feel like. And I have a doctorate in biology.
Did you grow up like that too?
No, I got to experience our old educational system, college included.
What was your favorite subject?
Huh. I do like physical education. Math was also... Math's good. Alright, I'll say math.
I see. My favorite was art class.
You like math? That's good. Math is fun. It's like a puzzle. And you get manipulating the numbers until you get the right answer, and it's fun.
Trying out different mediums was always so much fun.
No, don't fuck math.
I tried sculpting again recently.
What for?
Art doesn't need a justification. But anyways, it helps me visualize what the characters in my game should look like.
Can't you do that with a computer?
Sure, but working in a physical medium makes things easier for me. Instead of working with an interface, there's only my hands and a lump of clay. No technological gadgets required.
I see. But you're gonna end up having to model them on the computer anyways.
Did you find anything yet? I sure haven't.
You definitely couldn't screw integers. I'm not quite sure about irrational numbers. I'm gonna have to give that some thought and get back to you on that. You know what? You can screw irrational numbers because they are indeed irrational, so you can't really predict what they're gonna do. So you could, if you catch them on the right day and in the right mood, you could fuck them. Because they're irrational. Alright. No, I feel like we must be missing something. Namely, a shovel.
Maybe, but the map clearly marked this place. You could see it for yourself.
Yeah, the X definitely points to this alley.
Then it must be here somewhere.
Is it in the door to the side? Examine the walls. I wonder if there's something hidden in the walls. Maybe it has something to do with the walls. Do you have any hints?
What makes you think so?
We're certainly missing something here, so maybe there's some sort of hint we've been overlooking. Something that wouldn't be obvious to anyone else who came through here.
I have no idea what you're talking about. These walls don't really look special to me.
My gaze slowly went along the walls, trying to find something, anything that could have a hidden meaning. Hey, look at that.
What do you mean?
It kind of looks like an X on the wall, don't you think?
I guess so.
Maybe it's here somewhere.
Look there!
Lorm crouched down and stuck his hands at an indentation where that ran along the wall near the ground. And I'm having so much trouble reading. Oh my gosh.
Aha!
What is it? He pulled out the cylindrical shiny object and held it up to me.
It looks like some sort of capsule. Maybe there's something inside.
That's going to be a pretty small treasure. He screwed it open and held the two halves of the cylindrical object in his hand. To our surprise, it didn't have any empty space on the inside. Nothing could be hidden within. Instead, the inside of the two halves were engraved. What does that say? Is that a 2? That kind of... Okay, it's the resolution change. Yeah, it's a 2. 2J. I thought it was like some sort of character in like Iranian or something. That's it? Yep. It's also on the other half. It might be coordinates. The grid on the map had numbers and letters like that. That means 2J would be here. Right in the middle of the forest. Let's go. Yep, 2J. It makes sense because it's part of... Oh my gosh, I've been here before. This is where I came out when I was kidnapped by What's-Her-Bucket, the administrator, and taken out here, where the administrator took me out here. Did I mention the administrator took me out here before? Why is that? We don't really have buildings and an address as reference anymore. Here we only have a spot in the middle of a forest.
Don't worry, I have an excellent sense of navigation. Let's hope we find it before it gets too dark, though, or things might become a lot more complicated.
I'd rather not get lost here.
You won't have to worry about anything. If there are any predators in this area, they'll see me as a better target than you.
Oh, predators.
What? Predators.
Tell me there are... Don't tell me there are predators in this woods.
Not really. There might be a stray or two, but that should be it. These woods are considered to be very safe.
Even if that's true, and if worst comes to worst, you can just fly away. Predators?
Yeah, predators.
Is that why I said it? Did I say predators? I feel dumb. I know I said it wrong.
I guess that's true. You kind of sound like you don't like the woods, though.
I like going for walks in the woods as long as they're safe.
Then you don't have anything to worry about here. I already told you. There shouldn't really be any predators in these parts. And it's not like the woods are haunting or anything.
Haunted? That reminds me of something.
What is it?
Maybe you'll be interested in this, but in our world, there is a forest that was notorious for the many... Oh my gosh, we're talking about the Japanese forest that Logan Paul went to. And he still has a YouTube account.
That sounds horrible. By the way, there are so many... Why are there so many suicides there?
Yeah, Logan Paul. He went there in his Pixar gear. What was it? It was... Oh, what are those little alien guys?
Oh, I can't remember. And why are the spirits so angry?
Well, oh my gosh, am I really talking about this? Oh my gosh, it haunts it until it's laid to rest. So there you go. Another myth for your collection. Yep. And we're talking about that forest.
Well, I know we're not going... Well, I know we're...
Oh my gosh. I'm saying all the words in the wrong order. Let me try that one more time.
Well, I know where not to go on for my next vacation now.
I still got it wrong. You know, I'm giving up on that sentence. Well, I do want to visit Japan. So I can't say I wouldn't want to visit. It's illegal to go into that forest. But I do want to visit Japan. Not the forest.
I suppose.
What do you think about stuff like that?
Paranormal stuff? You know, like, you know, until a few weeks ago, humans were still just a myth. And if we look at the portal, it's like something that came out of science fiction.
That's because this is science fiction. And this has all been a dream. in a video game that's made me cry a lot. Ifsum certainly seemed interested in it.
He is. He actually read up on some new theories about it.
Like what?
You remember him telling you about the different branches and how the barrier separates them, right?
Yeah?
So, since the barrier is made up of wormholes and using the portal displaces him, it leaves gaps in the barrier.
I distinctly remember him talking about something like that.
Through these gaps, he thinks that we can communicate with our alternative selves in other timelines.
How does that work?
It all goes into the nature of existence itself.
Oh my gosh. He's really going off about more on the portal.
All right. Who are you as a person? Do you think you are just the Dr. Spaceman from this branch? What about the ones from all the other timelines who have made other decisions?
I've been them too. Well, I've been one other one.
Would you consider yourself to be the same person as them? The only difference between you and Dr. Spaceman from another branch may be that you decided to skip breakfast this morning. Maybe you're all of them.
How is that possible?
Like a seed from which many roots can sprout, or a tree as its branches, there may be a uniting factor that branched off into these different timelines, your fundamental nature. You might call it a soul or something similar, but the idea is that even though there are many different versions of you, there's an aspect that it unites all of you.
A part of myself that stands over me, kind of like a superego, which is wrong, by the way. Freud was wrong.
An interesting comparison. If we use a similar model here, then we can say that you are also made up of 3 distinct parts. In each timeline, you have a physical body which is driven by its own base desires that it seeks to fulfill. All physical needs like hunger, thirst, even breathing fall under this category. However, as a being with a free will, you are also capable of making your own decisions. That includes being able to act contrary to what your body is telling you.
Sorry about the pause, I just need to take a drink.
This ability to think and make decisions on your own is your rational mind, the self. And lastly, there is the third part I just talked about. The one that stands above all of you and unites you in some way. Let's call it this your higher self. Through this higher self, you may be able to communicate with your alternative selves in some way. Usually, the barrier would prevent this, but through the gaps, communication becomes a possibility. The more gaps there are, the easier this should be.
And how would I go about doing that?
I suppose that would just be the job of the higher self.
So I can't control it?
These are all just theories. We wouldn't really know until it happened. Only then could we study it.
If the higher self I'm the higher self. I am that. He's talking about the player. Meaning that there's still a world where Remy hangs... even though... Yeah. No, that's what this means is... every possibility that can happen in this game happens simultaneously while you're going through a certain other playthrough. No matter what, I can't stop myself from being a bully to Remy and causing him to commit suicide and being sad about it. I can't escape it. If it was to happen, how would I know?
If someone else's experience gets relayed through this connection to you, it could manifest in a number of ways.
But Do you reset reality itself, or do the other realities still exist? There is more on this later. I like to think that the other realities still exist. I just get to try again and make different decisions and experience one of the other realities. All these realities, from what I understand, still exist. I'm just choosing to participate in a different one than what I have experienced before. It's a thing that's crossed my mind several times before. Several years over the past years, knowing about quantum theory and shit like that. Yeah, you like to think that there's only one. I don't know. I told you what I think. I guess that's one way to think about it. Though I'm choosing to believe in the multi-dimensional, and they all happen simultaneously and whatnot. Maybe it could be something like deja vu or a false memory. Maybe even dreams. But the biggest difficulty would be to recognize that this phenomenon is happening in the first place. It's certainly quite out there, you'd have to admit. Sure, but quantum mechanics are already complicated enough. Oh my gosh. Once you look at what lies beyond, it's just crazy territory. What do you think about all this? I think it might already be happening. Really. Just think about it. If the possibility of it ever happening is there, then it's more than likely that it already has. Isn't... Well, I mean... Huh. Yeah, you could data mine this game and figure and learn other things that are in the game. Unless they're really good at hiding code. Or reading between the lines. Reading between the lines of code. Ooh. I'm not sure I follow. Oh, did I read that? Let's see. The possibility of it ever happening is there, then it's more likely that it already has. There was something the creator said that Patreon... connecting stuff together. Yeah, a lot of this definitely connects. I'm hoping that maybe I can make it to a good ending this time. I'm not sure I follow. Let us assume that this is an average timeline. The portals have been found by both of our people. Contact has been made, and now you and Reza are both here for a visit. A few letters were exchanged before you and Reza were sent here, so that means the portal already been used a few times. Brings me to your next question. Has it given any more? Jesus. There's a sequel? Huh. Oh, it hasn't been clear about that. If there's a sequel, I guess I'm gonna be forced to play it, aren't I? Seeing as I already made it. I want to say I've made it deep into this game, but I know that there's so much. Using the portal once might only have an infinitely small effect on the barrier, like poking a hole in the castle wall with a needle. However, if you multiply this by nearly infinite number of possible timelines in which these same events have happened, the effect must already be noticeable. Of course, some people may be more susceptible to this than others. Do you think you've already experienced it?
I don't know. I've been having some weird dreams lately.
Me too.
Really?
Yeah, when I wake up in the morning in this game, it always like, oh, there's been a weird dream. I shook off a nightmare. And whatnot. So, yeah, I must say to him that I've been having those weird dreams. Okay, you cannot tell me that those trees are not 3D modeled. Because they are.
We were just entering a clearing, and from my view, I could see some odd lines that had been drawn on the ground.
Oh, that's me. We were just entering a clearing, and from my view, I could see some odd lines that had been drawn on the ground. Look in the deepest corners of the internet, you can find some... Really? Working on another game, huh? It's probably going to be dragon related. I wouldn't doubt it. Hey, I think this is the spot.
Why do you think so?
Well, the giant X on the ground kind of gives it away. Lorem took flight with a few flaps of his wings. After looking at the scenery from above, he returned to me.
You're right. It does look like a giant X.
Guess it's time to get our hands dirty.
That may not be necessary.
What are you talking about? He went to the center of the lines, where the lines crossed, and picked up an object that was lodged halfway into the ground. He returned to me once more, holding another capsule similar to the one he had found near the school. If we have to go back to town after walking all this way, Al.
And it's open. Apparently we're going to 6K now.
And where's that?
There's an abandoned store on the other side of the forest. That's where we're going.
That just means the way back is going to be even longer. I see. Oh. Was this game not very successful?
Gee, we'll have to get more people into it, huh?
Oh, geez. This building's falling apart. Are you sure we should even be here?
This is the place indicated by the map.
I was talking about the building being roped off.
Maybe that's just a part of the game.
Is the flooding part of the game too? Oh, that is water.
We're standing in water. Hey, you could give up if you want to. I certainly won't.
Yeah, it was kick-started, so that means it met the goal it wanted. The game got made. Indie standards, yeah, it does have a cult following from what I've heard. Yeah. If I didn't know Kaizek, I don't think I would have ever heard about this game. But I did know Kaizek, so now I'm playing this game. You know, in the back of my mind, I knew he was going to eventually get me to play this game. I'm just going to say that.
Now, are you going to help me or not?
I guess. Just didn't expect that I'd have to get wet for this.
All part of being a treasure hunter.
Well, let's just go look for the X.
Sure.
I knew it was inevitable. You trying to convince your other streamer friends? Or, well, yeah, just other streamers you follow, or, you know, whichever whatnot. Lauren flew up to the light fixtures and to get a view from above while I checked out the shelves.
I remember when we could still shop here.
What happened?
Apparently, the area has a problem with flooding.
Oh, I can see that. I was already going to say that. Me and my character are in sync now. The higher self is in sync with the self. Yeah, it's not as much as a meme as I thought it'd be. I mean, I've managed to make it into a meme, but oh my goodness, the story in this game, it's better than I thought. It kind of drew me in a way I didn't expect. I figured I'd go through the game, I'd fuck myself, and I'd be done. But now I have to save my boyfriend. I didn't think I'd get so attached. There was a beta? It was initially a meme? Huh. Well, alright then.
So much work and resources are needed to erect a building like this one, and in the end it just got abandoned.
You have plenty of empty buildings where I come from.
Oh really? Not sure if this is a good reminder of home, though.
At least we don't have a problem with flooding. I nearly got sent back, by the way. He goes... Oh, really? It was just Remy? Terrible? Really? Didn't take itself seriously, but it's still... Huh. Well, I'll definitely have to follow this game's original vision and date Remy next. Though, I do want to date Adine. Let's see what goes on with that.
Really? Why?
Political reasons. I don't think I'm supposed to talk about it.
You just did! Is it related to the announcement they made about Reza?
Really? They're the best? Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna try my best to think as little as possible about ships. I'm not into that kind of thing. Maybe.
Huh, guess things are pretty serious.
They are.
Have you found anything yet?
Not really.
Maybe it's underwater.
You think so?
It's certainly not anywhere near the ceiling. I already checked there.
And I found nothing near the walls or shelves.
Could be hidden beneath the floor tile or something like that.
Bryce's wood ship? Do you guys ship Bryce with wood? Oh, I don't want that to happen to me. I don't want to embrace it. But it might end up happening if I keep playing this game. Oh, his wooden ship. Yeah. No, he's talking about relationship ships. I suppose you're right.
Let's do it.
All right. I gotta go to the bathroom. I'm gonna go do that. I'll be back. I'm also going to refill my water supply. I'm running low on that. Alright, now I'm back. And I see I left my microphone unmuted. So, alright. I guess back into the game. Without hesitation, and a little bit of a bathroom break, Lorem vanished beneath the water's surface. I breathed in deeply, crouched down, and began looking underwater as well. Huh. This looks very deep. And not like a store anymore. I looked around, but nothing seemed out of the ordinary to me. Just as I was about to resurface and get some air, I heard a splash accompanied by a loud thud. What was that? Lorem? The thing was quiet, and as I looked around for my companion, suddenly I heard a frantic knock coming from the shelf that was lying on the ground, half submerged in water. I realized that it was still standing when we came in earlier. As I waded over to it, it soon became clear that the knocks were coming from beneath. Lorem? I quickly mustered all my strength and grabbed the shelf, lifting it up until it fell over to the other side with a loud splash. Lorem resurfaced, gasping for breath. What just happened? I was looking underwater and suddenly the shelf just came down on top of me. Are you okay? So does this mean that Lorem goes and does this by himself if I don't accompany him and gets trapped under the shelf and dies? Oh. At least I saved his life. Jeez, I didn't know. Yeah, you really wanted to spoil it for me? Oh. I might be tired, but I'm still pretty sharp. Like a knife. Knives are also sharp. Yeah, I think so, but my leg hurts a bit. But that's about it. But I totally saw something. Let me show you. Without waiting for a reply, Lorem dove down into the water again, resurfacing just a few seconds later, holding an ominous metal box that had a large X on it. This should be it. Let's hope it's waterproof. From the looks of it, it is. We should go outside. Though, it'll be hard to read anything in here. Sure. Well, what's inside? Lorem held up the box to me. I took one of the sheets of paper that were inside and started reading. I think these are pizza vouchers. Lorem was holding another sheet, which he started reading aloud. Congratulations! You have solved Pantalone Pizza's annual treasure hunt. Remember the code word enclosed for an instant rebate on your next order and a chance for the grand prize. He would have died for pizza. Oh my gosh. That's such a dumb way to die. You could be the lucky winner for a year's supply of Pantalone's pizza. This competition will run until... Oh, what is it? It's expired. The treasure hunt, the contest. Apparently it all ended months ago. They would have killed him. That would have been their fault. I thought this was like an ancient sort of thing. I was like, oh, you should check out this map. Something pizza. And he's like, oh, humans? Yeah, I'll go check that out. And it would have been their fault that he would have died. Wow, this is all for pizza. And he definitely did die for pizza on my go fuck myself playthrough. Can we still get the pizza? Well, I don't think this offer is still valid. I mean, we could still get pizza regardless. The whole thing's made me really hungry. It's a really dumb way to die. I'm just gonna say that again. I suppose this concludes our treasure hunt. What do we do now? Maybe we could see this experience as another reminder that the journey is its own reward. Yes, the journey that you would have died on, if I didn't come on, was a reward. This was a reward. Or that the early bird gets the worm.
You really want some pizza, don't you?
That makes me wonder, though. Why didn't they get rid of the hints in this box when the contest expired?
They must have realized that people may still have these kits at home. Even when the contest is over, people went out looking for a hint in the woods and it wasn't there anymore. They might look for hours until they decided there was nothing to find.
Yeah, but at least they wouldn't go into the store and drown. Like, you could sue them for that. I want to sue them for that. Let's get a dragon lawyer on the line. Let's make some money. Or they just didn't care, you know. I'm slowly starting to lose hope in Pentoli's Pizza. Sending us here was really negligent. That's what I was saying. Who knows? Yep, there we go. Who knows what would have happened to you if I wasn't here? Maybe this whole building could crash down on the next unlucky people who went up here. Maybe that's why it was roped off in the first place. But you thought it was part of the game. Maybe they should have put a sign or something. While I was talking, Lorem walked towards one of the wooden poles that was used to rope off the building. Picked up a large rectangular object from the ground that was hidden in the grass. It was a wooden sign.
Warning! Do not proceed past this point. The treasure hunt has concluded and there is nothing more to find. Danger ahead.
We could find the treasure, but not this huge sign? What does this say about us?
I'm not sure exactly. We should probably head back before it gets too dark, though. We still have to go through the woods again.
Alright, let's go.
Do you still want to pick up pizza on the way home?
I don't know. I hope that we kept the hints. Alright, hope and passion. You know a dragon lawyer? I must have missed it when you said that. Alright, we'll use the dragon lawyer to dragon sue the dragon pizza. After a night of turbulent dreams, my consciousness returned to the shores of the waking world. See? That's what we just explained. My character is seeing other things happen through the dreams, and he's haunted by the deaths of the other characters. Today is the day of the big fireworks. Who shall I bring? Anna. Anna. I didn't know that was an option. I never got the chance to tell him not to come. But since Bryce died, he kind of has to. I figured that Sebastian took Bryce's place if I didn't take Bryce. I figure we didn't save him because Bryce died. And you guys made me have Bryce die. And I doubt there was any reason to it. We could have kept him alive. But you guys made me kill him. That's your fault that Sebastian's dying this time. Yeah, you just wanted to see what happens? How does that weigh on you? Huh? Your urge to... Yeah? Well, I think Bryce is the best boy, and he still died. And I like doing Sebastian's voice, and he's gonna be dead too. I've killed so many dragons this run. Let's look at how many dragons I killed. Not load, status. 3. Did a Dine die? Oh my gosh. Huh. Oh, I killed a Dine? Jeez, if you don't interact with these characters, they just often die. Oh my goodness. Yep, this is what happens when you neglect the waifus. I bet Bryce dies if I don't interact with him. Well, he's gonna die at the portal no matter what, because I'm not gonna be able to bring him every time. I have to live with the knowledge that he dies no matter what I do. I'm gonna, and that's why I need to rescue him. All right. Well, I'm taking Anna. Click the link now? Like, right now? Alright. Oh, that opened on Microsoft Edge. That has all my other tabs open. Give me a second. Give me a second. Alright. We'll open it as a Chrome tab. Alright. Paste. 94. So glad it's not 34. Alright, alright. Am I dubbing this one too? Alright.
I'll try. You know just how much I love working with super smart people because so rarely do I get the experience to really be wowed by someone else's smarts. And you just wowed me. That's not Lorem. Oh, that's the dragon lawyer.
Oh, you don't want Momo to see it. So I'm not dubbing it. Alright. Dragon lawyer. Huh. Okay. We'll have to get that dragon lawyer. Like, I'm streaming right now. I was going to drag it down so that everyone could see what I was reading. That must be her.
Hey, Dr. Spaceman, looks like you're ready to go.
I didn't think you'd want to go to a community event like this one.
Anything could be fun with the right company.
You should have told me to click it after the stream ended. I could have just scrolled up at the end of the stream and found the link again. Like, I'm streaming right now. Let's see, recent pages. Huh. So he already knew. Not spoiled. With that argument, we could just stay here. And we should.
Damn it. I haven't seen fireworks in years. With all the crazy shit that's happened to me.
Oh, yeah, she did say shit.
Recently. Maybe they'll be a reminder of better days.
The current scene that's playing out? Are you talking about this one? Uh-oh. Did I not save her? Am I gonna see a bad ending? Oh, in the comic. Okay. Okay. I'll just let you two chat it out there. Better days. You don't usually talk about yourself like that.
It's because I just don't give a damn anymore. Who cares if you know about me? Who cares if the entire town knows? I certainly don't. These days, I'm just trying to make the most of whatever is left.
All right, let's go then. Huh. I don't even know who Amelia is. After a few minutes of walking, we arrived at a rather empty-looking area near the edge of town. Bryce took me here. So much for the whole town being out to watch the fireworks.
Yeah, I'm not going to those places. I'm kind of a celebrity, you know.
Really?
For better or worse, people know about me. Of course they would, given my intellectual status.
Or maybe you just don't want to be seen with me.
No, that's not it. Actually, that could be quite fun. It would only be another reason for people to be jealous of me.
Oh, I think it's starting. We waited quietly as the stillness of the night enveloped us. Soon I heard the sound of the first rocket making its way into the night sky, after which it exploded in a pattern of colors. More rockets followed, their thunderous noise echoing throughout the land. Wow! Pretty colors! Suddenly, a terrible realization hit me. And this is where she accompanies me to the building, and we first find Sebastian's dead body, and she's either going to live or die. I hope I save her. Considering how public of an event this was, and how everyone would be watching the fireworks, now would be the best time for Reza to make his move. Not only was the village basically deserted, but the sounds of the fireworks... I'm skipping that. Oh, whoops.
Self-voicing
Blah, blah,
disabled.
blah. As the portal had been repaired by... Yep, is now to make his getaway, even though biometrics and, like, blah, yada, yada. Anna, I think we need to go. Now.
Really? The fireworks just started. Let's sit and talk a while. I like the fireworks.
I know where Reza is. We need to stop him.
Speak for yourself. This isn't my responsibility.
This is much bigger than you. Are you gonna help me or not?
All right. Just for you. What do you want me to do? Fight him?
I'm not sure if that would be such a good idea. I want to try talking to him first. And if that doesn't work, then yes, fight him. Because I want him dead.
If you could buy us some time, maybe I could get some help.
That would be perfect. He'll be at the portal. Let's go. Oh, we're going straight to the portal this time? We're not going to the building? Arrived at the portal just a few minutes later, I couldn't help but be glad that it was still turned off. And it didn't appear that it had been used recently, but it meant Reza was still here somewhere. I looked around thinking about where he could be, or if it was worth waiting for him. Here, when I saw something out of the corner of my eye. Hesitating, I drew nearer. Yep, there's dead Sebastian. Once again, I've killed so many people. Or so many dragons have died this playthrough, I mean. I checked Sebastian for any signs of life and found nothing. However, his body was still warm, which meant he's nearby. I saved Laurum. And I hope that I've also saved Anna. I saved her from the initial death. But I don't know what's going to happen because the entire police force is dead now. Oh, I'm betting she's going to go get Maverick. Reza was here very recently, but he hadn't used the portal just yet. Why? Sebastian's guard post was not just for the portal itself, but it was also the surrounding area. Since Reza was already here, he probably had some unfinished business very close by. No, Maverick's... Don't tell me Maverick's dead too. I mean, like, he's not my best friend, but like... No. Don't tell me Maverick's dead. The underground building the administrator had told me all about was the prowess of the general... Don't tell me he could... Don't... Did he kill himself when Bryce died? Tell me he didn't do that. I don't want to hear that. He also Blah, blah, blah. We already know he's in the facility. It's not letting me skip, damn it. I meet him underground. If I was gonna, sure would have the advantage in more of a crowded space. Even in the darkness, it was easy for me to spot the site where they had unearthed the building's entry, as it was roped off from afar. There I could see it was roped off from afar, blah, blah, blah. When I entered the building, I was met by a long, illuminated hallway that was lined with doors on both sides. Since the lights were already on, Reza had to be very close. I wasn't surprised at the building still having electricity since its generators were also powering the portal. Suddenly one of the doors opened and Reza came out, carrying a large cardboard box. When he spotted me, he set it on the ground.
Self-voicing enabled. Reza, Dr. Mad. You're here? You don't know how glad I am to see you. I've wanted to talk with you for so long. I even tried to contact you, but I couldn't with someone tailing you the whole time. Self-voicing disabled.
I think I'm gonna start voicing him again.
But talking can wait. Now that you're here, we've got everything. Come on, help me with this, and let's get out of here.
No! Oh, I can't skip this. Okay. Oh, here's Maverick. I knew it. She got Maverick. Maverick's not dead. Okay. Let's see. Yep, he starts laughing about the gun. Alright, I'll start saying that. Yep, he's gonna be like, yeah, I got the gun.
Self-voicing enabled. I mean, what are you going to do? You can't stop me now, anyways. Self-voicing disabled.
How was that? But maybe I can. Suddenly, Maverick and Anna appeared next to me. Give me a second.
Self-voicing enabled. Reza, you planned this, didn't you, Dr. Spaceman? Self-voicing disabled. Self-voicing enabled. Reza, traitor! Self-voicing disabled.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna drop that.
And to think I let you distract me with such a street trick, just because I thought there was still a shred of humanity within you.
Yeah, it's gonna take so much time. I'm dropping it. Uh-oh, he pointed. I was staring at the barrel of a gun for a second there. He pulled out his gun, not sure which one of us he should be aiming at.
Just let me go, and I'll forget this ever happened.
You've got 6 bullets for 3 people. Do you think you can really do that, Reza? Do you think this is worth risking your life for?
I've been risking my life for this every day, for the last 2 weeks. What did you do during that time? Sip champagne in your nice apartment? Besides, this generator and the whole building came from our kind. They belong to humanity.
How's he gonna sneak the generator out and use the portal? The generator powers the portal, genius. Suddenly, the administrator came out of the shadows in the hallway behind Reza. Like, gee, no, they belong to me. Now that I know that she's a woman. I should probably come up with a better voice for her at some point, but like, I don't care. Confused, Reza spun around, aiming his gun at the newcomer, who was slowly walking towards him.
Who the fuck are you? Freeze! I said freeze!
Like, want to waste your bullets on me? Feel free, you can't stop all of us.
If you say so.
Look at that sociopath, he's about to shoot another human.
Like, OMG, ouch, you killed me.
He pulled his trigger and the administrator fell on the ground with a dull thud that knocked her mask off. She should have worn a safety vest, like a bulletproof vest or something, but she didn't. My first instinct was to run away, but as Maverick started charging, so did Anna and I. What? Did we both start running away, or did we all charge? Yes, we charged at him. Maverick was fast, pouncing on Reza before he even had a chance to aim at any of us. He was knocked to the ground by Maverick, embedded his teeth into the body before him. Reza was screaming. He aimed at Maverick's head and frantically pulled the trigger twice. The jaws dislodged and Reza aimed his gun in my direction. Out of nowhere, Anna tackled me, shoving us both out of the way just before Reza unloaded the weapon in our direction. Both of us were seemingly unharmed, and by the time Reza was reloading his gun, Anna was already up again and running towards him. Just as he raised his arm at her, she jumped and collided with him, causing him to miss his target wildly. She was on top of him now, raising a hind leg before slitting his throat with one large claw at the end of it. Finally, someone went for the throat. I thought that Maverick had done that in the first place, but now he's dead because of that. Immediately, he slumped. Blood gushed from his wound as he helplessly squirmed on the ground, and horrible, distorted noises left his severed windpipe. Oh, you're right. He's a police officer, but he hated both of us always. After a few seconds, his movement stopped, and Anna returned to me. I saved Anna! I did it! I did it! And now Reza is dead. Are you alright? Yeah. We went to check on the others, but both Maverick and the administrator were dead. Oh, 2 bullet wounds in the head. I don't want to see him. Damn it, I did kill him. I thought at least someone that wasn't too involved with me could stay alive. In the weeks that followed, the dragons prepared for the comet. I, on the other hand, spent more time with Anna as she opened up about her condition. When the time came, the dragon executed their plan. And by utilizing the underground building's generator, the comet was ultimately diverted and never hit the Earth. Even after they recovered the power, even after they recovered and power was restored to the portal, I knew that I wouldn't be able to return to my own time as the administrator. Izumi had deleted the coordinates I needed to return home when she repaired the portal a while ago. So I saved the world, but Izumi, the administrator, deleted those coordinates, so I can't just F off. I saved Dragonland. But now I'm going to be forced to go back in time and do it again. Which I guess I want to do anyways, because I want to save my boyfriend. Ah, goodness. Well, at least I got a good ending. One good ending, that is. While she had her own reasons for doing this, meant that now only my options were to stay here, use the portal and the coordinates she had entered to travel back in time and return to the day of my arrival in this world. However, I wasn't very concerned about this at the moment, as I spent my time in this world accompanying Anna on her journey. For her help in stopping Reza, she was awarded the highest honor the council could bestow on her, citing her bravery and exceptional service to the community. As a result, the case against her was dropped, and she was cleared of all charges. The month that followed, I was with her during her cancer treatments, and could only watch as her condition worsened day by day. By this point, she was living in a hospice, and had become thin and weak as her disease had eroded her both physically and mentally. You don't think I got to a good ending? Oh, you initially when we started you didn't think, but I did. I think it was the envelope that I was like, oh, this envelope. Oh, you missed that part. Yeah, Kaizek told me to do it, so I got her good ending. What did the doctor say?
Who cares about what the doctor says? I know that he sugarcoats everything. It's not going to be long now. Or else I wouldn't even be here.
I'm not sure if there's any sensible way to ask this, but
we're talking about less than a week. Besides, I'm the one who's dying here, not you. No reason for you to be so upset.
She looked away from me as I saw tears welling up in her eyes.
And to think that in your world you already had a cure for cancer. How pointlessly tragic. Yet, here I am, being what I never wanted to become.
Oh, this hits me in the feels so hard.
But at least I'm not alone.
Do I always have to go to bed so sad after playing this game? It ruined you for a week? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm kind of half crying right now. I'm sure as soon as I close the stream, I'll be full crying. A few days later, she passed away quietly in her sleep. The council held a funeral in her honor, which I didn't attend. Now that I had been with Anna until the end, I had a decision to make. I could either stay here, accept this outcome and all its consequences, or by using the portal and Izumi's coordinates, travel back in time and return to the day of my arrival in this world. This way, I could get the chance to try again. No doubt, it would be a risk to leave this roller coaster of emotions. After all, I would have to go through all the events and their dangers again, but maybe it'd be worth it. Oh, here's the credits again. Yep, there's Reza dead. For a second time. But this time, Anna killed him. I thought Maverick would have done something. But Maverick only bit him in the side. Hey, that's when we had the sheep meet. And she was coated in blood. That was a fun date. Oh, there's her assistant, who died so that she could live. He wasn't my favorite, but I don't hate him. Dang, they're really trying to hit me in the feels with this one, aren't they? These are all your good memories. Yeah, I know. I'm making it to the... Yeah. I'm doing it. I'm making it to the menu. Yay, I've seen my first good ending. And I'm so sad. She died of cancer. I saved her and the world, and everyone else died. But at least I got to see my first good ending. Yeah, that'd be pretty neat if I knew how to animate. I might dick around with it. Ah. Yeah, good ending. She still died. The only character I saved was Lorem. And who knows how long he's still alive, because he might go on another treasure hunt and drown again. Oh. Yeah. I've seen Anna's good ending. Hey! She's on the loading screen. Alright. Yeah. Whoa, good ending. Wait, King Coop? You're supposed to be asleep. What are you doing here? I just need to go to the bathroom, dude. That's what I need to do. Nah, I might take you up on that, though. I think I'm gonna, real quick, start the next playthrough. You couldn't sleep? Well, this one definitely hit all of us in the feels pretty hard. All the other dragons, like, died, except for Lorem. That's the only one I saved. I saved Lorem. And he almost drowned for the sake of pizza. Alright. I'm gonna be nice to Remy this time. No. But I'm saving here. I'm not going through that again, dude. I'm not going through finding him dead in his house again. So I'm gonna do a Dines, and I'm gonna be nice to Remy so he doesn't kill himself this time. No. About the other 3 dialogue options? Alright, alright. I'm curious about those. I've really got to go to the bathroom. So, I'm gonna end the stream, and we can continue this discussion on. When Sebastian asks what I think happened. Alright, look, I gotta go to the bathroom. Well, sorry, dude. It's the end. I've gotta go to the bathroom. I'm ending this stream. Good night!